Good morning to those that know me, and welcome to those that are meeting me for the first time. My name is Matt, and some of you know I'm in between roles right now, and if you know that, you probably know I'm not great at sitting still. So I've decided I will start a series on that I'm going to call being intentional. We're going to go through many different topics of intentionality over the next many days. And, as long as I continue this series, being intentional is so important. So many of us want it to live up here, or we just are checking a box. Intentionality is something that will drive your success and your development to the next level. A simple definition of intentionality, because I'm sure we hear this word and we don't often think about exactly what being intentional means. Simply put, the Webster Dictionary defines the word intentional as an action done by design or done on purpose. Done by design or done on purpose. So nothing is an accident. So I want to start right at that word intentional, being intentional with our time and building a successful plan. Something I've come up with over the last little bit in my career. Some of you know I started in big box retail. I moved on into the food and beverage industry in a multi-unit role. That shift made me really have to be intentional with how my time was spent and where my time was spent. I came up with something that I abbreviated the SISU. It stands for Sunday Evening Setup. So we're gonna take a half an hour, 45 minutes every Sunday evening, which is a small investment to be successful for our entire week. So whether we have to click off Grey's Anatomy a little bit early or start our wind down routine a little bit late, this practice, I promise you, will bring you a lot of clarity to being successful and intentional for the rest of your week. So it's I'll post my Sisu quick version that I use just on a weekly basis. It's broken down by day, by hour in our first column, and then on our top row into 15-minute increments. So we start at 6 a.m. For me, 6 a.m. is always a time to get my body moving. It's whether I go for a walk, I do some stretching, some light exercise, and then I get my coffee in there. But this all can't just live in my head, because then I'm thinking, well, maybe I should go into the office early. I have to do this today. This is due. So what I want you to do is take this calendar, whether you use mine or create your own, and have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way to Sunday broken down into 15-minute increments. It doesn't matter if it's eatable cereal, deadline for project, follow up with employee, spend time with children. You're going to write all of these in to be intentional where you spend your time. Yes, some will overlap, and I encourage you to put those overlapping priorities on your calendar. This practice is great for getting the noise out of our heads and into a workable plan. How many times throughout our careers have we thought, how am I supposed to be in two places at once? There needs to be two of me. Or, I'm going to have to cancel those personal plans because there's too much to do at work. This is going to clean a lot of that noise up for you so that you can be intentional in each task. Uh, Once we've written down everything, so if we're starting with Monday, we've got wake up at 6 a.m., get my body moving. I like to enjoy my coffee. Coffee's important to me. I'm gonna calendar my coffee time. Arrive at office, arrive at store. So once we have all of our priorities from waking up to going to bed, we're gonna go through with a three-step method that I call. So we're gonna glance at all of our priorities, and then we're gonna go through with stage one, fixed priorities. Whether these are fixed meetings that you have weekly, these are fixed metrics that you must report weekly. These are, for me, my morning coffee is a fixed thing for me. We're going to prioritize all of those. And whether you use a number one, an A, whatever you used, these are your fixed tasks. Then we're going to put in where we've got a little bit of wiggle room. So we're going to do this as priority 2, and these are the decide tasks. So if this is check in on a project with an employee, or this is, I'd love to check out this new restaurant or go to this movie, whatever it may be in your personal or professional life that doesn't really have maybe a set deadline, but you need to, it's important to you. It's important to the operations of the business that it does get completed. Number 3 is going to be our enhancement category. So this is whether it's personal development, whether this is spending time with children or a spouse, cleaning the house, coming up with a better operational procedure for something happening in the workplace. These are your enhancement categories, and those are going to be your number 3. Once we have all of that set up, we're going to go into our calendar. Our ones, those are our fixed. Those, we must be there. Those are fixed. Hopefully we already have, we're expected somewhere. We're expected to report something, whatever it may be. Then in our decide category, again, with being intentional, if it's follow up with an employee on a project, whether maybe I'm working on the project, you're going to send me an email. If it's 2:00 on Wednesday that you've put that in, you're going to write, hello, Matt, on X project, I would like to meet about the progress made Wednesday at 2 p.m. And then in your enhancement category, you're going to use your text message or your in-person relationships. And you're going to set those tasks too. You might tell your wife, Friday, 6 p.m., we're going to dinner. Your kids, at 10 a.m. on Saturday, we're going to the zoo. These are to hold you accountable to those tasks that are enhancing, which are important, and those deciding tasks, so that there's a set time already in place and that we're not continually pushing it off. Just to wrap up on our intentionality with our time is I go back all the way to something I believe we all learned, or maybe it just stuck with me from primary school. And this was probably in the first grade, the who, what, when, where, why. I still to this day believe it's one of the best simple ways to break down a plan. So who is the who in our Sisu? It's you.